Microphone check. Testicle 1, 2.
Testicle.
We heard that,
That's how it
didn't you?
goes.
No, I'm always scared. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I've gotten silly. I'm clearly tired.
Hey, Akinelli.
Sorry. Trying to flex my vocal cords. Let's go.
Welcome to the threesome, y'all. This is the podcast where the three of us make every attempt to talk about at least 3 topics each week. Fair warning, tonight is going to be a stretch. I is tired, boss. So, if this is your first time joining us, we welcome you. We're glad you're here. If you're back for more of us, then we thank you.
Do that again. Do that again. I'm sorry.
Again?
Do the
Start
intro
over?
again. Yeah, with your tired of
Bring it back.
of.
Come rewind.
Yes.
Come on. Wait, where am I going back to?
From the very beginning. Let's go. Where you go? I'm tired, boss. All that. Come on, let's go.
I'm not gonna be able to do that again. What?
Welcome to the Threesome Podcast, the podcast where we try to cover 3 topics, and today is going to be whatever we make it.
Yeah, cause she's tired, and that's just too goddamn bad. No, I'm sorry. That's why I needed you to do that over again. I needed to get that out.
Oh, shit.
Wait a minute.
Leaving all this in like Nick Cannon.
That is why you stopped me.
Go on.
Okay.
Finish.
I'm gonna have to get me some white friends. I swear.
This is why we can't uplift each other as a community and proceed to become the greatness that we were naturally born to be.
Let's go.
Okay, if you are back for more of this foolishness. Oh my goodness, we thank you, and you are the real MVP.
Yes.
Okay, so the sultry voice you just now heard is our point person, an optimistic realist. We like to call her Star.
Get your filthy paws off my silky drawers.
Silky draws.
No.
And the dulcet baritone belongs to our man in the middle, our voice of reason. He goes by the name of Magic.
Be good, I might put away the wood and give you the mustache.
Oh. And bringing up the rear as always, of course, I identify as the pragmatic contrarian of our group. And I'm called Storm.
Almost.
Okay.
Yeah, just a beat off.
Stop here.
Listen. I'm the 12th best rapper in Richmond, apparently. I just ain't on point like that.
Oh, no.
You still on that?
I still find it hilarious.
Yeah, you need to take up martial arts or something.
I am 48 years old. Bad enough from rapping.
It is never too late.
Shit.
Okay. Any church announcements?
That new Jamie Foxx movie is actually good.
I watched it last night.
What's it on? Netflix. What's it on?
I think it's on Prime Video.
Is
Yeah,
it?
I think it was Prime.
Yeah, I think it's Prime.
I have to check it out. I ain't got to ask nobody for
Yeah,
that.
Jamie Foxx and Tommy Lee Jones. I don't even know what the name of it was, but you know, I love a good legal story. So yeah,
I almost made up for they clone Tyrone.
Yeah, I had to basically rebuild my laptop. And so I was up
Shoot.
in the middle of the night.
Black women in technology innovating and shit.
Yeah, and since I was up in the middle of the night, I just turned it on, just to be in the background. But it was actually enjoyable. Um, Tommy Lee, like Jamie Foxx and Tommy Lee Jones, is just such a weird combination. But I mean,
What's the
hey,
name of
It
it?
worked. The Burial.
yeah, the burial.
I can't watch no more of this John Carpenter shit I've been watching.
Oh, why
Them
not?
throwbacks.
Cause it's too late to be watching this crap.
Oh,
It's supposed to be like some scary documentary, whatever. The Burial. I'll watch it.
no,
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah.
Ooh, Tommy. Oh,
Both good.
Jesus.
He looked like it in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, you know
Oh.
what I watched that I'm gonna check out this season because so far it's good. I like it. I just hope they keep it up. It's a movie. I mean, a movie. A series called Found, and it's on.
Yep.
Well, I was watching it on Peacock, but it's on NBC.
Peacock.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, real interesting.
What are they
And
finding?
I love a what
Said the show is called Found. What are they finding?
people.
Lost.
Ah,
Kidnapped.
Well,
that's cool.
abducted people. Yeah.
Abducted.
So,
Lost.
but you,
Take
but
that,
I love
America's Most Wanted.
a good strong black female lead because
Mm-hmm.
we don't
I
get
have
that
a
often.
friend that could pass for twins for her.
Really?
Yeah, they look a lot alike. I have to shoot you
Did you
out.
watch that episode?
I did. It
Did
was
you
good.
enjoy it?
I watched 2 episodes. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, I haven't seen the second episode yet. Now I'm gonna have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But Mark Paul Gosselaar's in it too.
Mm-hmm.
For those of y'all who
Care.
care, you know the name, but maybe you don't. You just know him as Zach from Saved by the Bell. If you're
Glad he's working.
younger, then you may know him as Rainbow's dad in Mixed-ish.
All right.
He also played the catcher in that show Pitch that was on for a little while. But anyway, nobody
I
cares.
gotta go.
So
Never heard of it. Next.
yeah, you don't like sports shows.
It's not that I don't like
I thought you said
sports.
squirt shows, but all right,
I didn't say that you don't like sports. I said you don't like sports shows.
No, I do. It depends on the show. I like that show that they had out for a minute with The Rock, and he was like some kind of sports agent or something. That was pretty good.
Oh, on HBO.
I don't know what it was, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, I stopped watching that shit when they forced me. Well, let me shut up because people have children.
Children don't listen to this.
Well, yes, but you shouldn't say mean things about people because you don't want their children to hear that one day. It's terrible.
No. Your children needs to know the exact type of sucker you are.
Whatever. But so I'm gonna try to say it nicely. I stopped watching that show once they forced me to watch a sex scene that had Terrell Suggs in it. I was like, nope, I can't deal with this trauma.
Yeah, that's funny. Funny. Anyway, next.
But yeah, that was a good show. I mean, I like all the little sports agent shows. HBO had another one. I can't remember. Arliss. Arliss was the name of it.
That was it. Hey, let's get to some topics.
It's your week.
Okay. Well, I have
On the storm front.
I have one more church announcement. Reebok has recently appointed one Shaquille O'Neal to be the
And
president of their basketball division. And guess who is the VP? Guess.
Bubba Chuck.
AI. Which I just want y'all to know one thing. I now wish to work at Reebok. I don't care. I don't care if I have to pack up my house and move. Reebok, call me. If anybody who hears the sound of my voice, if y'all work for Reebok, if you know somebody who works for Reebok, I need a referral. I need to get in there because that place is going to be the best workplace ever. Ever, I say.
It's gonna be fun for sure.
Y'all about to buy some 5411s?
What'd you say?
Y'all about to buy some 5411s?
I mean, if that's what it takes.
Awkward moment. Okay.
I do not care. Like I just want to work there. That is officially now my dream job.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Just is. Yep. Good luck to both those gentlemen, and I hope you do great things. Particularly AI, because that would be a really big middle finger to a whole lot of people. But I digress.
Reebok still owes him a lot of money.
Yeah. So before I get into topics this week, I just want to report that in the middle of some night this week, I was flipping channels and came across a network known as FSTV. Had never heard of it before, didn't know I had it, but alas, there it was. And the name of the show that was currently on was called This Week in White Supremacy. Now,
that could be taken one of two ways.
I was going to say, I cannot tell you whether the show was pro or, against, but because I was not in the right headspace at that moment to be able to deal with the answer. You know what I mean? So I just left it alone. But I just wanted people to know. I just wanted people to know that that's there. Do with that information whatever you will.
This week in white supremacy.
This week in white supremacy. That's what it said, and I was just like, I can't, because for a second I was like, oh, let me go see what this is about, right?
I'm not then that fair and balanced.
Yeah, and then I was like, nope. I can't. I can't deal with the answer right now. So,
okay. What is your first topic?
Quickly. Now.
Yes, quickly.
Yeah. I don't, well, because it has a story. So recently on the interwebs.
Wait a minute. And the reason why I asked is because I have to have my daughter sit in for me for just a second, for about 5 minutes. She's coming.
Do you want us to pause for 5?
No, it's okay. She can come.
Fun job of editing.
No.
Oh, man.
She's one of my favorite guests on the show. Bring her in.
What's your name?
I thought it was Spirit.
Oh, Spirit Charm. Welcome to the seat, Spirit Charm. She'll be here for the next 5 minutes. I'll be back.
Spirit,
welcome.
Sounds so long. Spirit's fine. But hello, thank you.
I mean, it sounds like you're high, but that's okay.
Does it?
You ain't?
Yeah, it sounds like you're high and smell like.
I mean, I am, but I also just got done working.
That's at least almost 12
hours.
Ditto. So,
Okay, my apologies.
Hey,
okay,
the listeners know.
so lately on the interwebs, as they are, I have been seeing a lot of women, both young and old, posting about how they are unmarried and childless by choice.
Good for them.
Mm.
You would think, but I have also seen, in response to said women on the interwebs, a lot of vitriol and hatred directed towards them for making that choice.
By who?
Because people seem to think that if they don't want to have children, they're selfish. I mean, there are a lot of names that they've been calling these women.
Is this coming from women or from men?
Ha, yes. I'd say the vast majority of the comments are men, probably,
Oh,
sitting
Lord.
in their mama's basements, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
same motherfuckers that ain't raising the 5 children they got.
I'm just saying, a lot of them are men saying that that this woman is selfish and a lot of other stuff, and but there are a surprising number of women also in those comments saying hateful things about these women.
Yeah, misery loves
And
company. They also hate their husband and their kids.
exactly. That's exactly my point. But so I wanted to have a discussion about that as it relates to like old school ideas about gender and how far we have and haven't come
If you
in
bras
our
don't go out
lifetimes.
here and get your money, fuck them kids and fuck them ain't shit niggas.
Well, right, but I mean, as a society, on the other hand, we seem to demonize women who don't want to have to deal with children, or not even just don't want to have to deal with children if they put their careers ahead of, if they deem their careers more important than starting or having a family, then people look down on them more than if men do the same, is what I'm saying.
We're overpopulated. Thanos was right. It'd be these same cornball dudes talk about they want a chick that's a virgin but a freak in the sheets. Like, live in reality. No, women, go do you.
Truly.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. But what I'm saying is, do you think there's been a market change from, like, say, when we were kids, or when I would, well, no, when you were a kid? I don't think you were alive when I was a kid. Like when you were a kid, and now, like particularly from a male point of view, like, do you think there's been a change
There's been
overall?
obviously a very major swing in the wage gap between men and women, especially amongst black people, where there's far more women going to college, graduating, and making way more money.
Okay.
In the words of
Okay,
the
that
loonies,
wage
broke
gap.
hoes is a no-no.
No, no, no,
Get
no,
your
no, no, no,
paper.
no. When you said when you said the wage gap has gotten better, that's why I was like,
No, it's
because it
reversed,
hasn't.
actually.
But well, you're talking about a different wage gap than I'm talking about, and that's
I'm
why.
very sure you make more money than me.
Yes, but I make probably far less than a man with the same qualifications as me and experience.
Got schmooze better.
all things being equal, all things being equal, yeah, the wage gap has not gotten any better. But
I think it's pretty
yeah,
well
like
documented black women are generally making more money than black men.
yes, black women are also the most educated in this country,
Yeah, I
so they
literally
also
said
pay
that. Y'all going to
more
college and
to earn
finish it.
more. But yes, but my point is that those things are not equal. That's not a wage gap. That's a wage difference. Two separate things. Two separate
Okay.
things.
Well, here's my thing on this, right? I don't know why people feel like they should have so much to say about what the hell other people decide to do with their lives.
I'm in the
Um,
Raj.
um, excuse me. Spirit says that's what she was gonna say. Um, but I mean, at the end of the day, you can have your own personal feelings, opinions, and all of that other stuff. But to literally just sit up and bash somebody for whatever life choice it is that they make, um, that's
Sure,
insane.
son.
And
You ain't
go,
got no life.
go seek therapy. Go get some medication. Go do something. Like that's just insane to me.
Get sex.
Well, I agree, but here's my conspiracy theory for the week.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, I think that those that is really what's behind all this all these abortion bans.
Um,
I really do.
mm,
Thought that was white people trying to
Because
get their numbers up.
it is that's my point. Like how dare you, perfectly acceptable white, blonde and blue-eyed white woman, not want to procreate and help us win? You
right.
know,
When we're already lacking in numbers, we're
well,
falling
yeah,
behind.
we're already starting to lose our grip.
And the white
Listen,
women
people,
like,
y'all ain't
that's
gonna
just too
catch the
damn
Latin.
bad.
Just take the L.
Okay, I quit.
You had to get it in there, didn't you?
Just one more time. Yeah, go get a life. Like at the end of the day, no matter what it is that you say, people gonna do what they do, choose what they choose, and I mean, you spewing hatred is not gonna sway the pendulum one way or another. So,
Yeah, but
In
it's
the
always
least.
it's always a thing. Like, I hate it when women are like, I don't want to have children, and then somebody is like, people are like, and women are, ugh, they do this. Oh, well, don't worry. As soon as you see that baby, you'll fall in love. Like,
what if
people
I
stop
don't?
saying that, because that,
I let the
first of all,
Brenda.
that's not true, for everybody. It's just not true.
As I say, and what if I don't? Then am I a bad person? Like,
Well, clearly, you're a monster.
yeah, whatever. Uh,
Clearly,
yeah.
yeah.
My Although I loved my child, my first reaction upon seeing her, I can't lie and say that it was love. It was fear. Like, I'm
Sus.
clearly not responsible for myself. And now I have another small human being that's about to depend on me. God help her. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was not instant. Like, that love was not my first thought either. Um, to be honest, my first thought was, to ask what time it was, because
The game.
the game was going on. Yes. So that
Dear
was my first
daughters,
thought.
I loved y'all from point zero.
Okay. See? So it's not a
Man,
woman thing.
And
It's not a woman thing.
it wasn't that I didn't love her, but it was just like
Right.
that thing where people be like, "Oh, the first time you lay your eyes." I don't know
You'll
how
fall in love. Right.
Like I was already, you would say, in love with my child as I was carrying her. So that, but when I first
And
laid my eyes on her, I was terrified for her and me. Like, what we about to do? Like, what's about to happen to us?
well, I didn't really have a chance because like I saw my child for a second and then my child disappeared into like a swarm of white coats.
Aw.
That's how it
Not to
usually
emerge
goes.
again for like I'm sorry.
So that's how it
What do
usually
you say?
goes.
Well, I've been part of several. I've seen several births, and been a part of several births, and no, no, not like that. And I don't know if that was just the policy of that hospital, or, like I said, I was preterm, so they wanted to check. Like I'm pretty sure that those were like neonatologists. Those that was the neonatology team that came in and was like, Apgar, Apgar, Apgar. Let's see, if we need to swoop you away to the NICU. But yeah. But so when I looked over and finally could see my child, I remember asking the girl that was, well, may she rest in peace, that was in the delivery room with me. I was like, "Did they take my baby out of here?" Question was like, "No. Why?" And I'm like, "Because that baby looks Asian." And my child did look very Asian. But, then
Okay.
then the
I
face
have a
changed and
question.
everything. But
How do you know that the person that was in the delivery room with you has
Is
passed?
no longer alive.
because she was my friend,
Oh, you made it sound like that was like medical staff. Like you kept in touch with those people? Anyway,
um,
oh,
You
I'm
got a
sorry.
friend see a twat? All right.
yeah, two of them
Women.
actually. Well,
Hey,
men.
bestie.
Are you talking to me?
Nope.
Oh, I was gonna say. I was gonna say because you objected to that title.
Adamantly.
Anyway, and I don't know why. Because I mean,
Because ladies are
shout out to my
goofy. Your guy friends are not your fucking friends. They're just pervs with a lot of patience. Stop falling for that shit.
shout out to my bestie who is indeed a perv, but not in the way
But he cuts it
that.
off for you because you're cool. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, next subject.
See, bestie, you're gonna have to come on the show and refute this nonsense.
Yeah, I don't know how men think.
Anyway, so um, real quick
Spit it out.
before I do the last topic, because the last topic is more of a fun topic. Um, I know Star wanted to talk a little bit about Will and Jada and that
Oh,
whole
Lord.
situation
Here your
that's
boyfriend
reared its
go.
ugly head again.
Yeah. So I think I mentioned before, you know, I'm a little bit of a Will Smith fan, but well, a lot of it. However, um, I was driving somewhere today and I had heard someone announce that I guess there's a part in her book where she states that Tupac is her soulmate and some other stuff and blah 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 blah. So I don't know why I went down this rabbit hole, but my first thought was like, you just don't give a fuck. Like, again, I think I mentioned that before on the show. When I first saw that spread of them after they first got married, and Ebony, he looked like a lovesick puppy, and she looked like, I got this motherfucker. And that's exactly how she looked. I said that to my ex-husband at the time. He thought I was like, oh, you just, jealous. Like I would have ever been in the position to marry Will Smith. Yeah, I'm jealous. However, okay,
Give it a minute.
that body language for me through those pictures, and I've always been like that even before I turned to be or became to be a professional photographer. Like pictures speak volumes to me, and that right there for her, yeah. So anyway, none of what's going on surprises me. However, I did think about this. I said, for me, it's one or two things that is going on. Number one, it's exactly what I said. She married this dude because he was charismatic, had money, whatever, whatever, whatever. And Tupac was gone. And it's like, okay, I might as well be with somebody, right? And she figured he was safe. Or, okay, this whole little thing that they putting out, because it's real funny to me how he bought out his book. What was it, last year or earlier this year? She bought out her book, or it's just out now, or however long it's been out, a couple of weeks or whatever. And now there's all of these said stories. It put me in the mind of um, the whole thing when Beyonce came out with Lemonade. And it was all the Becky with the good hair. Next time you're going to lose your wife, all of that other stuff. And like the album sales and concert ticket sales like went through the roof. The conversation just circled around. Jay-Z and Beyonce, are they going to break up? Did he really cheat on her? All of this other stuff. And even though we have a few more details, and I'll put that in quotes, air quotes, about this particular situation, it's like, is this all for show? Is this another Lemonade situation? Because all of this crap coming out like in succession, it's like, what's the big deal? Just bring it all out and let it fly. You understand what I'm saying? If that's what you choose to do, but you are bringing out bits, like strategic bits and pieces and bits and pieces. It was the red table talk, and then it was his book, and then she's doing this interview with Coda, and it's her book, and or not Coda, Hoda copy. And all of that other stuff. Strategic bull. I call bull. Not that I care all that much, because again, I don't know them, it's whatever, but I just call bull. What say you?
Sir.
I think we're being bamboozled.
William, this
Let us
chick
try.
has been the cause of so much stress in your life for decades now. I know she's sucking your cornball ass into believing divorce is so wrong because it happened to y'all's parents. Oh my God, don't ever do it again. My nigga, drop that fucking dead weight and go get some peace.
Well, on that note, you went in a whole different direction with the Tupac thing. I thought that you were going to want to talk about how she said she was shocked, I say, when Will went up there and slapped
Chris
Chris
Rock.
Rock, not because of the slap, but because
She didn't think he had it in him.
no, because
That
he
is not the
used the
first person
term
Will has
wife.
slapped.
He used the term wife referring to her when he said, keep my wife's name out your mouth. Because she said that they hadn't been living as husband and wife in like 7 years at that point.
Okay, crazy heifer, sit down. You're still, even though y'all separated, y'all still married. You're still you're still his wife. Like that's just a dumb statement.
Clearly, she gets off on making this dude miserable, and he
Look,
keep coming back for more.
She said, and I quote, well, that's not a direct quote. She said that they haven't called each other husband and wife in a long, long time, so that when she heard those words in his heated moment, it caught her off guard.
Okay, what husband wife go around? You don't say, "Oh, I love you, wife." You say, "I love you," or "I love you," whatever. Or yeah. You don't say, "Oh, wife, come here, wife." Like, really? Shut up. She irritates me.
Well,
Listen, I brought
obviously.
I brought the lemonade thing up because not that I think that nothing's wrong, because clearly there's a lot wrong. But I think this is their way. If they're going to separate, or divorce and whatever, this is their way of capitalizing off the whole thing.
Yeah,
Just my thoughts.
maybe.
Um,
Well, I mean, she said that they had been basically pretending to be married for that they've been basically pretending to be married for a while,
yeah, and that
even
was
when they were
probably a little bit of him and her both for different reasons. For her,
even as they were publicly denying, you know,
yeah.
people kept reporting that they were split, so
Well,
and denying
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean that from to me, that was more like her ego not wanting people to just be right. Because at the end of the day, again, we don't know these people. I don't know these people, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
also don't
sure.
care.
Yeah,
But
At the
you
end
know
of the
what
day,
it
I
made
don't
me?
care. But
You know what it made?
wait. At the end of the day, look, you gotta know that not only all of these people that you have all over social media who are saying whatever they're saying, there are people in their own personal lives that have their own, and there's probably a little bit of pride and ego in there as well. Like, fuck y'all don't know, we gonna make it.
I thought they were both better actors than this.
Well, and that's where I was going with it, because when they said that they've been pretending basically to be married, remember the night that slap happened, remember
Mm-hmm.
us saying that we thought that it was a skit?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why, because all that was basically acting. you know like that was
Look,
you
um,
know
what I'm surprised Jada didn't say, because I bet you this is more like where her head was. I stand by my statement. He laughed. He thought the joke was funny. He turned around and saw her face and saw the disdain. He knew it was going to be some bullshit, okay? Because not only does she make him look like the weakest man in public, I'm pretty sure she's verbally abusive. You understand what I'm saying? And he probably was like, "I'm about to show this bitch I ain't no punk," and went up there and slapped him because he knew he was going to have to hear it. He turned around and saw her face, and she looked like, and that little half of whatever that eye twitch she did, like or whatever. And he knew he was going to have to hear it because she seen him laugh. And she was probably gonna be like, "And your ass was laughing. That shit wasn't funny. Blah 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 blah." So he tried to save face, and yeah,
yeah,
Let
but
these
I
hoes
mean,
fuck up
either
your
way.
career.
Yeah,
exactly, exactly.
exactly, because he didn't think it through, but it was clearly an act.
You happen to be one of the few black people in Hollywood with a name that is pretty much pristine. You know what I mean? You even got people walking around and believing like, and yeah, at one point he was a rapper and he never cussed in his song. He never even used foul language in his songs. Like, okay, yeah,
That's
clearly
hilarious.
you don't know the history. You saw my blinker, bitch. That's my favorite. Anyway, but I'm just saying, they you about as clean cut as it got, dude, and all kind of doors was opening up for you. People are throwing movie scripts at you and all of that other stuff, and you just let this broad derail all of that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Pimping ain't easy.
at all.
yeah.
Okay, so the last thing, real quick, I was reading an article, a fun little article, that outlined several sicknesses that one can get that's triggered by sex. So I want you
Okay.
all to tell me if they're worth it or not worth it.
What?
Now,
Sexual transmitted
if it's
diseases. Was it worth it?
Mm,
well, I was gonna say because some of them are, of course, are things that we already know. So I mean, I'll spare you those, but yeah, there's diseases, yeast infections, and bacterial infections. So those three things, unfortunately, can
Clearly, all
happen.
these answers
But
depend on the person you're messing with, but all right, I get it.
well, and that's true. Um, so the other ones, and one of them actually is one that we already know that Star suffers from.
what?
Um, headaches.
Colloidal cephalgia. Um,
Um,
that's
so,
funny.
according to the National Headache Foundation, there are two types of headaches that are relatively common. Um,
Her
the
talking
first
afterwards,
one,
headache, and what else?
no. The first one has to do with sexual excitement, muscle contractions in the head and neck can cause it. And
Mhm.
Worth it.
and then, of course, the second one that begins just before orgasm, they believe may be in response to a sudden increase in your blood pressure.
Blood pressure. Yeah.
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 Wow.
Worth it or not worth it?
Um, look. So that only happened to me once, thank God, because that was scary.
Okay.
For real, I thought I was having a stroke. Or like an aneurysm or something. It was just insane.
Yeah.
But anyway, um, may dude rest in peace. But it was good,
Killed
but it
him?
wasn't that good. I don't listen.
You would not do that again.
I listen. If I had a choice, yeah, like it was over. That night it was over. I mean, we remained cool and all of that, but like, don't ever
You never
fucking
wanted
touch
to
my
see him.
head.
Yeah.
Not in that way. No, 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 no. Mm-mm.
Can you imagine if that was a thing after every time, no matter who?
It would just be sold up for me. I would never have another one. Like I can't even explain like the intensity and how scary that was. Now the scariness may have been intensified because um I had a aunt that passed of an aneurysm, and you know, I also have the potential to have aneurysms because of a knot that I got in the back of my head when
Yeah.
I was a kid. So, to
Wow.
know that there's a potentially ticking time bomb in your head, and then, like, yeah. So
The
anyway, it was super scary.
terror of it all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, but even without all of that, I still, because none of that crossed my mind when it happened. Like, none of it. The lump, none, the knot, whatever. It's just none of it. It
It was
was
just the pain.
my
Yeah.
head feels like my eyeballs felt like they were gonna pop out through the socket. And what the fuck's going on? And yeah, so no.
Not
If that
worth it.
happened, I don't know. If that happened again, I don't know that I would just be done. I would be done. Um,
Mm. What about you, sir? Searing headache? Worth it?
Um, I'm of the mind state that headaches just come with sex sometimes. I was also going to throw in that honey packs, while effective, have a big hangover effect. And if the sex is good enough, I feel like it's worth it.
What is a honey pack?
Sexual stimulant for men.
Oh, so that's hence the reason why I don't know nothing about it. Um, if it was like a
Yeah.
regular headache, or even just something that just was
It's like a
mildly intense,
dehydration headache.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
Just
I
have
could
no
deal
push.
with.
I would say it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
That I could deal with. Because
Right,
okay,
yeah,
but
just
yeah,
like a mild headache.
yeah, no,
Sure.
No,
but
it's
something feels
banging,
like
but
your
I
freaking
wasn't
head is gonna explode.
hospitalized.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
Hydrate
So the
people.
next one, right?
I drink water like a fit, man. I always drink water. That wasn't my issue. What it was, but anyway. And can I put
Okay.
a note on that really quick? It took me a while to hop back on the saddle with anybody. Like
Yeah.
I was afraid,
Out of fear.
out of fear.
Yeah. I can see that. So, so the next one mostly affects all of them mostly affect women. Except the headaches. They say men and women get them pretty
Blood
equally.
rush.
Um, but so the next one, I think the men's headaches probably aren't as bad, but they just are more dramatic about it.
Uh
She just keeps talking. Go ahead.
But okay, so the next one is semen allergies.
I'm
Believed
sorry,
to
that shouldn't be
be
funny.
believed to be a reaction to the change in the internal pH balance, but yeah, that can wreak all kinds of havoc all the way to the cervix.
Swallow.
yeah, that's gonna help.
Right. Have my whole digestive tract all inflamed.
That's listen. I knew of a guy that for a short period of time he was allergic to his own ejaculate.
I was gonna say
We
there
all
are some
are.
men who are allergic to their own. Yeah.
Don't get that shit
Yeah,
on me.
but you don't mind it all on us, huh?
Well,
It's the process.
whatever.
Really, really though. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So semen
Yes.
allergy, worth it or not worth it,
I'm gonna stay out of this one.
sir? No, no, you have to answer too.
I
I mean,
personally feel like,
obviously, it's
yeah,
worth
I'm
it for
allergic to
you.
my own semen. Don't get that shit on me. But wherever you want it,
Okay.
you got it.
Mm-mm. That's
So
terrible.
obviously worth it to you.
Selfish.
Star.
Very. Yeah. It depends on how bad the reaction is. I mean, are we talking about welts or anaphylaxis? I mean, what are we doing here?
Well, right, because yeah, it could run the gamut. Generally, I'm gonna say it's probably not anaphylaxis because what they suggest you do if you have an allergy is to always use a condom, which, if you have a latex allergy,
I was
that
going to
It's a
say,
definitely
whole
buddy,
could
you
different
just
set of
cause
throw the
allergies.
in.
anaphylaxis,
Side note, men,
but
stop lying about that.
Oh, what, that they're
about being
allergic to latex?
allergic to latex, yeah, yeah, it's so common though. Okay,
You would be on the side of the offenders. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna just expose my ignorance. I know that there's different pH levels that go from men to
you're
women
breaking
into
up, so I
different
couldn't hear you.
individual people.
Okay,
Is
say it
it?
one more time.
I'm aware that there's different pH balances between men and women and different people individually. How often is that a problem?
Often.
Hmm.
I didn't know that.
No, no,
Yeah, I mean,
seriously. That pH balance
Hmm?
is very sensitive. I mean, some people can't even wear the wrong underwear. because their draws cause their pH balance to change.
Freedom. No.
Yeah, like I've known
Everybody
people like
pussy
that who
picky till a
cannot
baby
wear.
daddy nothing.
Yeah, like they can't wear colored underwear because the dyes change their pH.
Well, I
And
can understand that.
well, I can understand it too, but what I'm saying is that everybody doesn't experience that. So
Yeah.
yeah, he said, "How bad can it be?" And I'm like, it can get pretty bad.
Yeah, how bad can it
Like
be? I
like
just
it's
didn't
very.
know how often that was a thing.
Oh, that's what you asked. How often? Yeah, it's very easy to change that pH balance. Very easy sometimes. Some people are really sensitive, but yeah, that's why. Well, let me not be vulgar. So the next one.
Podcast.
Oh, that no, that was going to be over the top. Honestly, uh,
No such thing.
right.
We
The
all
next
make most.
one is simply referred to as sickness triggered by sex, where well, it's called a post-orgasmic illness syndrome.
Mm.
It's characterized by flu-like symptoms, brain fog, muscle pain, and fatigue.
What? How long does it
Yeah.
last normally?
It doesn't say in this particular article. In men, it's believed that it's triggered by an autoimmune reaction to his own semen. See there?
Jesus.
In in
Keep
women,
that shit off me.
in women they believe it's associated with an irritation in the tissue around the vagina. So
I
yeah,
get
they don't say how
fatigue.
long it
If you did a
lasts.
good job, you did a good job. But muscle aches and flu-like symptoms, you need to just be celibate, abstinent, whatever it is.
Right. Keep that shit keep it to
Not worth it.
yourself. Right.
Not worth it. Okay.
Oh.
Nah, I'm catching a flu to
Okay.
bust a nut. How you even jack off?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a yeah. That's terrible.
So the next one is postcoital dysphoria,
Confusion.
where
Is that as bad as it sounds?
no, yes, it's what it
What?
sounds like. And it basically affects up to a third of women in the country, and that they just get extremely depressed. Now that I'm saying this out loud, it sounds like a joke. Like they get very extremely depressed
I
after
mean,
sex.
so I was gonna say, so they like have like an anxiety or a depression about
Yes,
it?
yes, like depressive episode. And the article goes on to say that this is regardless of whether they thought the sex was good or bad.
I was
So
just getting ready to say
That
because
I
I
don't
think
it's not just them being depressed because the
that
shit
was
was
a waste of
out.
time.
Right.
But it
Exactly.
isn't about the
It's a
sex
waste of
being good
time.
or bad. In that case, we've all been in situations where we fucked somebody and went, "What did I do that for?" Like, even if the
Sure.
sex was good,
Right.
I don't want to put up with this person. So
Well, I
yeah, that could
mean,
lead to the what's it commonly called, the post nut clarity.
postcoital dysphoria.
Yeah,
Post nut
I'm marking that up as post nut clarity.
Yeah, except it seems to affect women far more. And,
I
but
mean,
So
based on
what
what I
is that?
know from my
Because there's
female
like
friends, a lot of guys ain't that good, especially the first time.
yeah.
what were you asking, Star?
Yeah, I just got totally threw off. I'm sorry. Ooh, my head went down a rabbit hole. I don't even know. Continue. Ha ha.
Okay. So the last one is called TGA, or transient global amnesia.
I like that one.
Um, so,
It's the reason
so
why
it's
people do drugs. Like what? No,
characterized by temporary memory loss. And you guys will appreciate this. They find that it tends to affect people 50 and older, and
Worth it.
it affects 23 to 32 out of every 100,000 each year.
Totally worth
so
it.
temporary as in 30 minutes or like 2 days? I mean, what's going on here?
Listen,
Typically.
listen.
Listen, who cares? It
There are
didn't happen.
dudes that I still can't remember on purpose. Like my mind won't let me remember. So like
See, that's a
that should
tragedy
never
response.
happened.
That's funny.
Sometimes you black out,
Um,
things just happen.
That's
Well,
hilarious.
they believe that it's caused by an insufficiency in one of the valves in the jugular vein, which of course
Insufficiency in
carries
talent.
deoxygenated blood from the brain to the heart.
So do you remember the episode afterwards, or is just, I mean,
Doesn't
hey,
We've
doesn't
all
say
woke up
how
like, how
temporary.
did we get here?
who am I?
Well, right.
Who am I?
Because, yeah, they say temporary. They don't say how temporary, but I mean, because they do say temporary, I'm going to assume that eventually you do remember.
Wow.
I've had seizures 2 times in life, and I remember what was happening maybe 15 minutes before and maybe 15 minutes after. But the actual in between period, I don't remember at all. And sometimes that's how life or your brain responds to tragedy.
Like,
Uh,
Dang.
it happens in some
tragedy.
cases.
I would say
Yes.
trauma, but okay.
Same difference.
Not necessarily, but go ahead.
You done had some traumatic dick like brain hit the fucking Men in Black blinkety thing. This never happened.
Right.
Also, if you're
I,
average in bed and I just happen to
I
be
don't
great, you need to forget that too.
I don't remember any of that.
Exactly. Like, I'm glad you liked it, but I don't seem to recall.
So, sorry, you say it's worth it. What's a
Yep,
little amnesia between friends?
exactly.
I mean, again, amnesia is part of the reason why people do drugs. And so it's like, if it's temporary, well, it's
Or
worth it.
permanent.
No, not permanent.
Yeah, I don't remember whether it's worth it or not. So I'll leave
Right.
it
Exactly.
at that.
If I forgot
But
it, it was
anyway,
for a reason.
that's all I'm saying.
That was pretty interesting.
And yeah, I mean, probably on purpose. So, yeah.
Damn. What an insult. Remember the
No,
last
I mean,
time we got together? No, I don't.
No, it is seriously a problem for me because Mona, of course, she thinks that I've slept with everybody. And she'll be like, well, you remember when you and so
Seem to
got
be
together?
knowing
And
you
I'll be
well.
like, that never happened. And I remember on one occasion, I had to call old boy. I was like,
Did we sleep
did
together?
that ever happen? He was like, I don't remember that ever happening. I was like, okay.
Boo.
So I'm like, so she is crazy. Okay, thank you.
What
Or
a boost
maybe
to
both
the
of y'all were
ego.
experiencing trauma.
No, I think at that time I was right. It just never happened.
That
But anyway, we've been at this for a while. Sir, you got a gym.
Yes, your health, both mentally and physically, is the most valuable thing you have. React accordingly.
Okay.
React and act accordingly.
Yeah. A lot of y'all are putting a lot of time, effort, and money into killing yourself slowly. Please do better.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, we're all dying slowly. Some
Yeah,
of
but there's a
us
lot of people
more
speeding up the
slowly than
process.
others.
Right.
That
Yeah.
and marketing is amazing. Black people and white people, Newports and Marlboros are the same damn thing. Stop falling for it. Anyway, if you like
I
the
wouldn't
show,
know.
tell a friend, tell a foe, tell all the hoes. And if you don't, tell everybody you know. It is the Threesome Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, the Threesome Pod on X. Sometimes we use them. Eh.
Sometimes we don't.
Sometimes you don't.
How's the YouTube thing
Anyway,
going?
listen, I've been busy. But no, I'm still
Okay.
looking into it. I'm still looking into it. But yeah. Anyway, you hear my.
I was
gotta
getting
go
ready
out
to
the dog.
say.
You want
Oh,
to say hi? You
he's
want to
like,
say
I'm
hi?
gonna go outside.
You just want to go? Okay. I'm going to walk the dog.
Woof.
Bye bye.
Later. Later.